Guinea-Bissau Creole, the underrepresented middle sibling of modern Capeverdean and Papiamentu. Compared to its other sibling languages, there's not much to be found online, so let's put some respect on Guinea-Bissau's Creole and its history. Guinea-Bissau is a tropical country on the Atlantic coast of West Africa, known for its national parks and wildlife. It's a sister country to Cabo Verde because of its shared culture, history, and language. To better understand the common bonds between both nations, we need to go back 500 years in history. But first, let's establish some terms. In this video, I will use early Cabo Verdean and Upper Guinea Creole as synonyms, as they both refer to the common ancestor of Guinea-Bissau Creole, modern Cabo Verdean, and Papiamentu. Additionally, I will refer to Guinea-Bissau Creole as Guinensi, as we delve deeper into its origins. Let's address the elephant in the room. Where was the language of Guinensi born? Or more precisely, was Upper Guinea Creole born on Santiago, Cabo Verde, or on the mainland of Guinea-Bissau? This is the most important question, begging for an answer, in my opinion, because many people still believe the unlikely hypothesis that Upper Guinea Creole was born on the African mainland. As described in the first part of this series, the Capeverdean Origin of Papiamentu, the evidence for Upper Guinea Creole points to the island of Santiago. The Portuguese settled on Fogo and Santiago shortly after 1462, setting the stage for the rise of early Cabo Verdean around the late 1400s. Santiago was the most important slave market during this period, before the title shifted to Cacheu in Guinea-Bissau. For some additional context, the Portuguese, under the leadership of Prince Henry of Portugal, were already selling enslaved Africans in the Portuguese city of Lagos, which was the first slave market in Portugal and Europe in general. This was in 1443, 20 years before the discovery and settlement of the Cape Verde Islands. Numerous sources say that these first enslaved Africans were kidnapped from Cabo Branco, Mauritania, but I digress. The Cape Verde Islands were notorious for famines and droughts. This caused many Portuguese and Cape Verdeans to flee to the greener mainland, leading to the founding of Cacheu around 1588, as seen by this quote. In 1589, Manuel Lopes Cardoso, a Santiago trader, persuaded Chapala, the ruler of Mata, and the principal Papel ruler of Cacanda, to allow the building of a stronghold along the Cacheu River. Upper Guinea Creole had been around for approximately 90 years by this time. Even before the founding of Cacheu, there were Portuguese and Afro-Portuguese already on the Senegambian coast. The greener pastures attracted more and more traders, free Africans, and other Africans in bondage, leading to the formation of Guinensi in Cacheu, providing the genetic and linguistic evidence linking it to modern Cabo Verdean. Although the Cacheu dialect came under great influence of the dialect of Bissau in recent times, it has more phonological similarities with Santiago Cabo Verdean compared to other Guinensi dialects. Another piece of forgotten history is that the city of Saint-Chor, now located in Senegal, was founded by the people of Cacheu in 1645, 57 years after its founding, thus making it a dialect of Guinensi. Saint-Chor was eventually ceded to France in 1886. Other historic towns where early Cabo Verdean spread were Giba, Farim, and Bissau during the 1600s in what we now call Guinea-Bissau. It is safe to say that Cacheu is the place of the oldest dialect of Guinensi. Proponents of Upper Guinea Creole being born on the mainland stand on shaky grounds. One reason besides the timeline is that Santiago Cabo Verdean contains more Mandinka, Wolof, and Temne words in its core vocabulary than Guinensi. The Mandinka people make up less than 10% in Guinea-Bissau. The Wolof people live almost exclusively in Senegal, with no population to be found in Guinea-Bissau, neither in recent nor pre-colonial times. Then we have the Temne peoples, who originated in the Fouta Djallon Mountains of Guinea, formerly known as French Guinea. Nowadays, they primarily reside in Sierra Leone. These facts strongly suggest that early Cabo Verdean was born on Santiago, with the foundational enslaved Africans being Mandinka, Wolof, and Temne. Illuminating more details about Cabo Verde and Guinea, the slave market at Santiago was established in 1466 near Cidade Velha. The Portuguese settlers were a very small minority. This means that the dominant population was always of African origin, and in order for the Portuguese to survive, they needed African concubines, creating a small but growing Afro-Portuguese population. These were the dominant peoples, going by the term Capeverdeans in historical records. This is important to keep in mind, since the Portuguese born on the island also came to be included in that term. Paraphrasing a priest named Sebastián Gomes in 1615, in Santiago there are four kinds of people: Afro-Portuguese, New Christians, peoples of Jewish and Moorish ancestry, religious men from Cabo Verde and from Portugal, and some Old Christians, meaning people whose family have been Christians for generations from Portugal, but they are few in number. A travelogue showing the strong African character of early Cabo Verdean mentions that several generations of Negroes, of whom the Wolof were the first, evidence of the predominance of the Wolof people on Santiago, enslaved and otherwise. There is also a brief reference about noble Wolof persons settling on Santiago because of a civil war in their nation, firmly establishing the deep Wolof parentage of Upper Guinea Creole, while informing us of some free Africans of royal heritage being on the island. Regarding the scope of Upper Guinea Creole, in 1625, André Donelia, a Cape Verdean trader, reported that the Afro-Portuguese influence extended from the Senegal River to Sierra Leone. This Senegal trade lasted more than 60 years. As told in my Papiamentu video, the Flemish and the Dutch gained a strong presence around Senegal before 1598, thus reducing the Afro-Portuguese sphere of influence. This gives us information about a larger area where early Cabo Verdean was spoken, both south and north of modern-day Guinea-Bissau. Solidifying the sibling relationship of modern Cabo Verdean, Guinensi, and Papiamentu, I will read 3 sentences in each language. Papiamentu: Manhã, me tabay merca. Cabo Verdeano: Sábado, no tabay pa mercado. And Guinensi: Banda de 7 horas, nos ta chega pa casa. This is it for now, guys. You can find the resources down below. For more concise sources, such as the page numbers, etc., join and support me on Patreon. Help me make African history more accessible to all. If you watched till the end, you're awesome. Please like, subscribe, and share. So again, in conclusion, it's time to remember what we have forgotten.